Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of the Celebrity Apprentice finale.
Wow, it took place at the American Museum of Natural History.
Yay.
One of my favorite places in New York City.
So, it has come down to Joan the dinosaur.
Or Annie the shark.
That was kind of crazy that they showed a dinosaur for Joan.
The only thing they have in common is that they both hate each other.
Yeah. So, the show started out with 16 spoiled celebs, and now, like we said...
2 tough old broads are left. Fight it out like a bunch of cats in an alley.
And Annie's all bitter from the last boardroom because Joan said that poker players are lower than white trash.
Yeah, so Joan's upset. Joan is pretty much right, but... I mean, come on, they're like bottom feeders. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Yeah, so 6 are going to come back to help, and Annie wins the first pick.
So she picked her butt buddy, Brandy. Just kidding.
But Joan and Melissa had a pre-strategy worked out where...
I like it.
I did too, where she would not pick Melissa, and she picked Herschel. Nice.
So then Annie picked Dennis. What? For her second pick?
That was pretty stupid, and because I guess she didn't want Joan to have him.
I think she just picked him for the celebrity value and maybe money.
Maybe. But then Joan picked Clint. And who'd... Annie ended up with Tom, and because she wasn't going to pick Melissa, that's for sure.
So Joan ended up with Melissa.
Yeah. I don't think it was, like,
smart.
A bad thing.
No, I mean in a good way.
It's going to be a VIP party. There's going to be silent auctions. They're going to raise
money in general.
A lot of money.
And they had to pretty much, like, advertise for 2 companies, Kodak and Cirque du Soleil.
2 companies I love. And, yeah, they have to create a limited edition Kodak picture frame.
Yeah. And sell tickets for Windtuck, the Cirque du Soleil
so they're going to
show.
be judged on the amount of money raised, the Kodak and the charity integrations, celebrities in attendance, and the overall guest experience.
All right.
Who would you want throwing your party? I'm thinking Joan, because I remember seeing a special when she planned Melissa's wedding, and it was freaking incredible.
All right, so back to the live portion. Andrew Dice Clay, Scott Hamilton, Claudia Jordan, Jesse James, and Brian McKnight all came out.
How's life been since the show? It's great.
Okay, bye.
All right, so there's Kodak buses outside waiting to take them to FIT, which I did not know was a state university of New York. Yeah, so Tom is already pissing off Annie. And Dennis gives her $20,000 in cold, sweaty cash. And is like, okay, I'm done. Pretty much.
Before that, he was like, I don't know if I'm going to get any money. Blah, blah.
Right. Well, it's from the Pistons. The Detroit Pistons. Clint, according to Herschel, is tapped out. He has already hit up his celebrity friends, and he doesn't know if he can come up with any more scratch.
Yeah.
So, Brandy and Annie were tweeting throughout the performance.
Performance?
Of the finale.
Okay.
It's a performance for them because, let's face it, they're not real.
Hello, we're whores.
No,
that's what they were saying.
I'm just really cute and I did a really great job. Alright, so, yeah. Then there was a Kramer analysis.
They both have strengths. They both have weaknesses.
Please, it's total BS.
Yeah.
Alright, so Tom's a genius, but he's very counterproductive.
And I was like, go Tom, keep being counterproductive.
I know. So, Tom and Dennis are in charge of selling tickets.
For the Cirque du Soleil performance.
I don't think riding around in a bus and yelling at people to buy tickets is a good idea.
They had to sell 80.
Yeah.
And, oh God.
Joan's team had a genius idea, well Herschel
really
did anyway, that they would get one person to buy all the tickets because they could only be sold for face value, which wasn't very much.
So it ended up being a few thousand.
Right, and then give them out for free because those people would be so grateful that when they fill out the little questionnaires at the end about the experience they had, it would be like...
And it saved a lot of time.
Yes.
They didn't have to bother being like, who wants to buy, blah, blah,
right.
You know?
2 birds with 1 stone. That's the way to go. Just ask Donald. So then they filmed their little 10-second spots, and Jones was great. I'm sorry. That girl's got some likability, except for the rubber mask. And Annie was okay. I don't know if she really believes in her
Bland.
charity or
I
not.
kind of had that feeling too.
Like a phony,
Like it was.
I'll pick the most pathetic bunch of people when it.
That's
No, I mean they need the most help, is what I'm saying. Not that they're pathetic, but
I feel like she's not really connected to it.
Exactly. So Joan's event planner quit, which also means that Annie's event planner quit because they were using the same one.
I think it was the same company.
It was.
But Jones was like the owner of the company, so he was so disgusted that he was like, no.
Yeah.
For both.
So that was a little bit of a tragedy there because then they had to come up with their own decorations and such.
Mm-hmm.
George, I saw you in the audience. All right, Annie. She thinks she's going to crush Joan.
Yeah.
You better think again, Shock. Joan needs to die. How do you really feel,
I can't
Annie?
believe she said that.
That's pretty cold.
That's really low.
I mean, it's one thing to be called Hitler, but it's another to say that you need to die.
That's effed up. I can't believe Annie is like the most disgusting person.
Pretty much. She'll do anything, even if it includes lying, cheating, stealing, or killing. So Joan gets her charity to help out, which I thought was a very genius move on her part. That's right, because they're all gay. They know about decorating. All right, so Dennis and Tom actually sold all of the tickets. Small wonder.
It took them all day, so.
Pretty much. So they were two people on her team were tied up all day. Great move. So Joan gets celebrity impersonators. Who does not love a good drag queen? I know I love drag queens.
That was a really good idea, too, because she knew she wasn't going to get, like, big names to come. So this was a fun way to just mix it up.
So Annie calls her friends. You know, her poker buds.
She's always like, I know everyone in the whole entire world, blah, blah, blah.
Whatever. We know you're going to raise a lot of money. That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
So Joan calls her friend to help out during his mother's funeral. I was thinking, oh my God, this is going to go so bad. But the guy loved it. Who would not love getting a call from Joan Rivers, even if it was your mother's funeral? That would cheer me up. Hell yeah. So Annie's pretty pissed with Tom.
Yeah.
He just won't stop. Good job,
Good job, Tom.
All right. So, yeah, Joan's party was genius. You walk through the frame and you walk into this room of deliciousness.
Including drag queens.
I love it. I loved it. Annie's party, on the other hand, was pretty much like, pinkies up. I'm going to keep it classy. Yeah, right. How can you be classy? But
Dennis Rodman was in drag on the red carpet.
Yeah, because that's classy. Nothing says class like Dennis Rodman dressed up like a woman.
But Trump loves that, so.
I don't know how he loves that, but he loves Joan Rivers drag queens. I think he's got a little bit of a man crush on Dennis Rodman.
He does.
All right, so Cirque du Soleil performers came and stopped by each party, which was genius. I love that dog. That was so much fun. Right. I think they were the same.
I thought there was two.
No, I think they just visited both sides. Okay, so the event culminated in a performance of Windtuck, which was really incredible. If I had the money, I would go see that show.
Mm-hmm.
So the boardroom. Yeah, Dennis said Annie did a good job. But in the end, he said...
Dennis was probably drunk right then.
No, he had to say that. Because in the end, he was like, if I had to pick one person, I'd pick Joan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis. And Joan doesn't take crap from sad Annie. Because Annie was all like, well, the designer people quit.
She's like, the designer quit because of Joan, and she can't deal with people, and blah, blah, blah.
They quit, Donald.
Okay, how have you been treating everyone since the beginning of the show?
Yeah. Like a backstabber.
Like a bitch.
Like a boss.
No, like a bitch.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, Joan raised $150,830.
And Annie, of course, raised $465,725.
Yeah. So you beat her on the money. No surprise
we already
there.
knew that.
Right. And you won the charity integration because you had your film on the thing instead of just pictures. But Joan won the Kodak integration. Hello, you walk through the frame.
Ow.
Plus, she won the celebrity at the party. Mm-hmm. She had $1 million.
and the overall experience.
That's right. So that tells me right there that Joan is winning. So why are we continuing with this, Donald? Oh, because we have to hear about the Jesse and Dennis feud. And let me tell you, that was bleeped.
I only said it because I care about you.
I love that part. So, who would you do, Scott?
Oh.
What?
I know that came out wrong, but who would you hire?
Joan. Okay, both charities are worthwhile. We saw a little video package on each. Quick, bring out Piers and Trace.
They both agreed that Joan should win.
That's right. And then there was a cat fight.
This was bad.
It was like, row, 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 row. Okay, yeah. So, the best part of the entire show was the last 3 minutes when the Donald was like, okay, Annie, you know what I have to say. And she gave one of these. Joan is hired. We watched it
awesome.
at least 6 times. We had to.
No, he's like, Annie, you're fired. Joan, you're hired.
Yeah, it was great.
It was
great. Absolutely great. And yeah, Donald, thank you very much because the last 3 minutes made the 3 hours worth it. So, they've been renewed for a 9th season, so we'll see you on number 9. 9.
Congrats, Joan!
Joan, you did it, rubber. Till next time, much love.